What is going on, everyone, and welcome to r/EntitledParents. Now, in today's first story, an entitled parent demands that a random stranger just give them her cats. Why? Because she's already got 3. Apparently, that's a logic an entitled parent would use. But before we jump into that, I firstly want to tell you guys about my gaming channel, Redditor Plays. It's behind the I button right now, link in the description and the pinned comments. I've recently actually started playing games over on Twitch. That's also linked below if you want to come and watch me play live. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the best highlights from these games I play over on Twitch, live streaming, and I'm putting them into, nice short little videos over on Redditor Plays. So if you want to see games like Among Us, Fall Guys even, Minecraft, then go and subscribe to that. We're really close now to 10,000 subscribers. Anyway, with that out of the way, go sub to that and we'll get into the video. Entitled person decides they need my cats. I own 3 cats, which are all indoor cats and don't go outside. I've had 2 of them since kittens and the other since he was about 7. Anyways, one night I get a text message from a random number. I didn't recognize it at the time, but I later found out who it was in text conversation. At 11 PM, I get a call that I missed since I was sleeping. I ignore it, but the next day they send me a text message which proceeds to this conversation. It was an entitled parent. Hey, you have a ginger cat, right? Yes, what can I do for you? And who are you? Hi, so basically your aunt told me you have a cat when I called her. We are friends, and I was wondering if I could have it for my kid as you have 3? No, you cannot. I've had him as a kitten and I wouldn't take £1 million for him. He's not for sale or to give away. Yeah, but I have a kid who really wants your ginger cat. Look, we saw a pic and he looks really cute, and besides, you have 3. As I said, you can give up 1, and my son really wants it. Look, he loves cats. Look, sorry, whoever you are, but as I already explained, it's a no. I love all of my cats, and it would heartbreak me and him if I gave him away. Wow, you're so selfish. How can you get heartbroken when you have 3 and we have none? You're just being a freaking idiot, and I'm a friend of your family, so it would be respectful if you gave one away. I don't know anyone else with a cat like yours. Do you really think adding insults is going to further convince me? Also, it's quite ironic you suggest I'm selfish. I don't see my cats as property, and I don't even know you. In fact, no one could convince me to give away any of my cats. In addition, if somehow I did accept this, which I would never do to anyone, what would I exactly gain from this? Nothing, apart from sadness that I lost one of my cats. Now, stop with the childish insults and do not contact me further about this. Wow, F off, you child abuser. Now, a child, my child, will be emotionally abused because he didn't get a cat. You deserve to rot in prison. You are not entitled to my pets. If you really think I'm a child abuser, then have someone come to your house, ask you to take your animal, if you have one, or in fact, even an expensive piece of property, with them saying ad nauseum, I have a child who really needs it. In your logic, you're then a child abuser if you decline such an absurd request. Maybe teach your children and yourself not to be so entitled that your demands actually hurt others. I'm telling your aunt you were so rude to me and you're being so selfish. I mean, you have 3 cats. We have 0. You will see how sorry you are when she takes away all of your cats and gives them to us for compensation, you idiots. I'm 26. My aunt does not have any authority to take away my pets, nor would she agree with you. You should acknowledge that. Luckily, my friends aren't buttholes like you, so she will. Okay, sports. Oh, and luckily, guys, for us, OP has actually given us a couple of photos of her cat. I mean, look at the first one. Yeah, pretty normal cat, just chilling on the sofa. The second one, playing Monopoly. I didn't actually know that cats were good at the game. Maybe they are better than humans. I guess I will never know until I play with one. Yeah, last time I checked, just because you have 3 of one animal, it doesn't mean that therefore when someone phones you saying they have 0 of that same animal, you have to then give 1 of your 3 to them. I mean, I don't get that at all. Crazy logic. I guess that's what I've come to expect in this subreddit. But still, I don't get it. If you want a ginger cat, go and buy one. I mean, to be fair, I really hope this family don't buy one, because their logic in everyday life suggests to me that they probably wouldn't be very good at taking care of a pet well. So yeah, maybe don't buy one and don't get given one. How about that? Just have no pets. Just have a kid. That's enough. Now moving on to our next story. Those are not hearing aids. I want to speak to your manager. Okay, let me start off by saying I am partially deaf. So because of that, I wear hearing aids. Without them, I can't really hear much at all, and I can't even hear behind me whatsoever. I've been partially deaf most of my life, but recently it's gotten worse. I'm 21 and I only have had my hearing aids for about a year now. Now, I work at a very well-known fast food. I occasionally will work in drive-thru, and I will have my hearing aids in at all times except if I'm on break. Now, I've had short hair most of my life until about now. I've been growing it out because I've been very self-conscious with my hearing aids. So this one particular day, my hair was put up in a small ponytail and shoved in my hat. I really didn't think that much of it because most of my co-workers know I have hearing aids and it's not that big of a deal to them. I guess my hearing aid that was showing towards the window was kind of hanging out. Now at this point, I'm so used to them that I really don't notice when they're in. Now this is where everything went downhill. This lady came up, she looked like a full-on Karen, but her hair was green, like very, very green. I don't know why. I opened my window and I told her a total. This was our conversation. "Hello mom, your total is going to be X." Karen then started to hand me her card, but said, "Are you wearing earbuds?" She looked appalled and horrified. I started to try to explain myself, but she got loud. I'm still trying to get used to a lot of noises, so when she starts yelling, I start to flinch. "I want to speak to your manager right now." "Mom, they're not earbuds, they're hearing aids." I'm annoyed at this point. Like I said before, I'm very self-conscious about my hearing aids, but she's not having any of it, and she's actually getting louder. So I close my window and call for one of my managers. Now, let me tell you, my manager will not take BS from anyone. You start to scream at any of us and you will be kicked off the property fairly quickly. So this manager walks up and he is my favorite manager. So we're going to call him Awesome Manager at this point. And he says to me, "Yes, what's up?" "This lady is complaining because she thinks my hearing aids are earbuds." He rolls his eyes and opens the window. This lady goes on a full rant, screaming, yelling, cussing and everything. After she finally calms down, my manager calmly looks at her and holds his hand out. I give him a smile and take my hearing aids out and put them in his hand. In a voice like venom, he responds to this crazy lady. "Mom, I don't know what you are on or what's going on, but these," he holds up the hearing aids, "are hearing aids, and my employee is partially deaf. Now, I was going to ask you nicely to please apologize, but instead, I'm going to ask you to leave. I really don't like being cussed out at all, and it's very rude to say some of those things. Now you can leave. If you do not leave, we will call the police for harassment." He hands her card and closes the window, and gives me my hearing aids back and cancels the order. He tells me not to talk to her and to wait until she leaves. She's still screaming, but after 5 minutes of screaming, she does finally leave. Honestly, I felt so much better after he did that, but I asked to go on break early and I was allowed to. I'm gonna be honest, I've had people mistakenly think they're earbuds before, but this was the worst experience by far. But I did get a free ice cream out of all of it, and an extra 5 minutes added onto my break. The thing is with this story, I just don't even get why the Karen would care at all. Like, imagine you're going through a drive-thru and someone has their earphones in and is listening to music. That's fine in my opinion if they can still serve you and they can still hear you, right? If someone's listening to low music in a fast food drive-thru, it really doesn't affect me, the customer, at all, as long as they know what I'm saying. So I just don't understand why the Karen would even care about whether they were, earbuds, AirPods, earphones, iPod Pro. Like, it doesn't even matter what's in your ear. As long as you're taking my order and everything's fine, I don't care. I'm out of there and I'm eating my food. I've ordered food. I'm hungry. Let me eat it. But for some reason, this Karen cares that you're wearing earbuds or, a hearing aid. I wouldn't care. I'd just get out of there. Now for our next post. I'm an entitled parent. My apartment complex was recently bought by a new management firm. They had a new contractor, not a major company, spray apartments for bugs. I wrote them an email saying I don't want my room or bathroom sprayed. I have allergies to most pesticides that cause severe anaphylaxis. I also posted on my front door and bedroom and bathroom door, but I actually came home from work to find my door unlocked. Now, as I was working at banks today, I did not carry my personal carry weapon due to legal reasons. Entering my unlocked home, I could hear loud music coming from my bedroom. When I walked in, I found a midlife crisis Joe Dirt spraying directly into my 30-gram fish tank. I freaked out, demanded to speak to his manager. I started screaming he has to leave or he will be forced to leave. I told him I'd have his job for spraying the fish tank. I had a Karen explosion. I don't recall everything said, but as he walked out, he sprayed into my kitchen and just said casually, yeah, who cares, you effer, and left the door open, knocked over a planter, and strolled away like nothing mattered. I stormed my way into the office, shrieking for the manager, district manager, anyone in charge. I was furious. One of the regular office girls was trying to talk to me, and I was having none of it. I needed a manager. I left as I suspected the manager was at lunch, and remembered the betters I recently got were in the tank, and I moved them to small quarantine bowls. The ottos I added the previous nights, I moved to another bowl, and sadly 2 died. I imagine those are types of fish. Reddit, r/entitled people, internet, I lost it. Not even a moment from entering from her lunch did I rip open the doors and scream the first name of the manager. I couldn't keep my voice down, and I told her I won't be paying rent for 1 month for every fish that died from this moron's actions. She tried to say that they'll reduce my rent by the cost of each fish. Not enough. I started getting angrier, and 2 of the maintenance staff came in to play security. I ended up leaving after using choice lines like, "I'll have everyone fired," and "You're gonna regret this." I wrote an angry email to the new owners and didn't get a response, but they did come in and take photos of the areas he sprayed. One of the women across from me said he went into her room and locked the doors while he was in there. She felt very unsafe and like she needed to wash everything. Yeah, OP, I'm not really sure how any of this story makes you entitled. The whole point of entitled parents, in my opinion, is that people get angry about things that they're not supposed to get angry about. Like, you're allowed to get angry about things in life. That doesn't make you entitled. Yes, you did say some things that entitled parents would say, but you had complete reason to do so. You know, you were entitled to say those things because someone just killed your fish. If someone kills my pet, if someone kills Marty, I'm getting angry. It doesn't make me entitled. I'm just getting angry because someone's killed my snake. I don't know. I don't know if OP knows what entitled really means, but you definitely weren't entitled in my opinion. Guys, do you disagree with me? I hope you don't, because that would be a bit weird. But yeah, comment down below what you think. I don't know, if someone like enters my home, sprays things when they've been told not to spray things because I'm allergic and my pets then die, I'm getting angry. There's no other way of saying it. I'll be absolutely fuming with this guy. And yes, at least get me the rent off, not just the cost of the fish. How inconsiderate is that from the manager of the property? Oh, no, if anything, the person who sprayed the pesticide, knowing they shouldn't have done, is entitled, and so is the manager. Now moving on to our final story, entitled customer mad that we are on our lunch break. I work in an industrial setting, and the general public makes up some of our biggest customer base. And if you didn't already know, working with the general public is a draining and thankless job. Below is my tale of an entitled idiot who thinks we shouldn't be closed for lunch. We shut down for lunch daily from 12 to 12:30 and have for years. There is a large sign outside of our gate notifying customers of our hours, including our 30-minute lunch break. We close up the doors to our facilities, all of the machinery is shut down, and even Stevie Wonder would be able to tell we are closed. I'm walking across the yard to get my lunch out of the fridge when I spy an entitled dad hauling butt down our street, pulling an empty trailer behind his Harry homeowner SUV. We're at a dead-end street, so it's very common for people to use our entrance to turn around and leave. Then I hear gravel spinning and an engine revving. Hey, excuse me, anyone actually working today or no? Oh, we're just closed for lunch right now. Excuse me? And he proceeds to look at me like I'm speaking in pig Latin. We're closed for lunch? We will open back up in half an hour? Oh, that is just great. When do you open back up? Listen, butthole, you're holding me up from eating my lunch. Cue Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa, where he's trying to enjoy his food court salad and gets harassed by a mum wanting to show Santa to her toddler. I don't think I've actually seen that film. I need to see it. Now, at this point, I'm annoyed and slightly hangry. Half an hour from now. With this, I attempt to continue on my journey. Well, that is BS. How was I supposed to know that? You drove past a large sign that states our hours. You also could have called us. With this, I decided I was done with my participation in this conversation. Perhaps if this entitled dad wasn't too busy trying to have his Dale Earnhardt moment by driving in here like a bat out of heck, he would have seen the sign. Oh, what a freaking joke. You guys don't even need a lunch break. Now, I figured at this point, the entitled dad could see I wasn't going to respond any further as I have my back turned and I'm walking away. Hey, lady, are you stupid? I'm still talking to you. Actually, I'm not stupid. But apparently you are, since you can't seem to understand we are closed for lunch for half an hour. So I kept on walking, not giving a frick what this entitled dad thinks, or if he's gonna call and ask to speak to a manager because I called him stupid, or what lame 1-star Google review he will leave for us online. That's all, and thanks for reading. And there you go, what a wonderful story. Apparently people that work in, customer service and in retail and stuff like that are not allowed to go on lunch breaks. Pretty insane stuff. I didn't know that, but according to this entitled dad, that is the case. Crazy, crazy scenes. I mean, yeah, normally you do get, some staff would have lunch break half an hour before the other staff, but if it's a small place like this, perhaps, and they only have a few members of staff, maybe 1 or 2, then you can't expect to, not have a lunch break. You got to eat at some point. What do you want them to do? Eat behind the counter whilst they're serving you? No, it's not very nice. Not very hygienic, is it really? Especially in 2020, the times we're in. So, yeah, entitled dad, go do something else for half an hour. Maybe go and have some lunch of your own, then come back. It's really not that hard. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/Entitled Parents. As I said already, go and check out my gaming channel. You know what I'll do, actually? I'll leave a couple of videos right here and a subscription down here. So, yeah, watch these videos. Click on whichever one of these you prefer and go and watch what my gaming channel is all about. And also, check out my Twitch, linked in the description and the pinned comment, and see me live stream. I'm live streaming quite regularly now. And I've actually got affiliates. That's pretty cool. Come and watch me.